His Grace Samba Prabhu is from Gaudiya Vaishnava Association family and started his spiritual journey at very young age of 17 years, attracted by teachings of Srila Prabhupada, inspired by one of his cousins who joined ISKCON in 1976. Samba Prabhu joined ISKCON full-time on March 1980. As per the instruction of His Holiness Jayapada Goswami, he started serving for ISKCON Guwahati Temple project. His preaching area includes Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh. He was one of the very pioneer in building of ISKCON Guwahati Temple in the beginning of 80s. Later, he was shifted to Vrindavan and assisted His Holiness Surabhi Maharaj as his secretary in construction of many projects, including construction of Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi in Vrindavan and Mayapur. Designing many temples worldwide, Surabhi Prabhu Maharaj used to be Surabhi Maharaj's name was Vishwakarma of ISKCON. He's built so many temples, and Prabhu was the right person for assisting him. He also served as president of ISKCON Temple in Hyderabad, 1996 for 1.5 years. He is also traveling preacher covering USA, Europe, Middle East, East Asia from 1984. Few leading devotees in India were initially cultivated by Samba Prabhu with the directive from the spiritual master and the ISKCON authorities. He, along with his good wife, Her Grace Nitai, Sevini Mataji, started ISKCON Visakhapatnam Center in the year 1999 to spread the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada. This center has been started from scratch with a picture of Radha Krishna and few books of Srila Prabhupada in a small rented house. And in the past 24 years, it has grown in both size and reach. Today, ISKCON Visakhapatnam is preaching Sankirtan movement from its own temple set up 3.5 acres of land in a serene atmosphere facing sea and surrounding by green hillock. Now, I wish one day I will visit Visakhapatnam.
Yes, you must come.
You must come. All should come together.
Wow! Look at this. Full plane. One plane.
We have now, right now, over 48 rooms ready, and another 2 months, another 18 rooms will be ready.
Great.
So over 60 rooms will be ready. So you can have one room now. Or you can keep one leg in one room, another leg in another room.
I have to talk a little bit of Nitai Sevini Mataji. Many people have seen on the YouTube. Have you seen Mataji on the YouTube? Please raise your hand. Look at this. This many people have seen already. So Mataji is from Mumbai in a Gujarati business family, conventional followers of the Pushti Marg. Later, she with her family shifted to Hyderabad 1984. Since then, she was closely connected to ISKCON Sikandrabad. Inspired by visits of many senior devotees, she later joined as a full-time devotee in 1997 and took initiation in the year of 1998 in the Atlanta, USA from His Holiness Jayapada Goswami. She has completed her graduation in Commerce, Master in Education with a PG Diploma in Management of Voluntary Organization. Presently, she is the principal of ISKCON's Divine Touch School, actively involved in collection, festival coordination, congregational preaching, college preaching, and assisting management responsibility with her husband, His Grace Samba Prabhu, President ISKCON Visakhapatnam. She initiated Bhakti Yoga, one of the special quality I'm talking. She initiated Bhakti Yoga residential summer camp at Visakhapatnam. School children stay as a devotee for 1 week in the temple, which has been very successful program. We will going to hear from her how it is working. We may adapt in our Melbourne some idea we are looking for. This is from my heart, from my understanding, very little. I'm just asking everybody's blessings to go forward to our journey to going back to Godhead. So there is a song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Everybody knew, I think 99%. Ohe Vaishnava Thakur Dayara Sagar Idase Kuruna Kori Diya Pada Chhaya Sodhaya Amaya Tomaro Charana Dhari Chhayo Bigna Domi Chhayo Dosha Sodhita Chhayo Guna Deho Dase Chhayo Sat Sango Deho Amare Dosechi Sangero Ase. So this is the key point for us to going back to Godhead. The 6 passions are those pertaining to the words, the mind, the anger, the tongue, the stomach, and the genitals. The 6 faults are overeating, attachment to material things, inability to follow regulative principles, sense gratification, useless, ideal talk, and impure habits. The 6 positive qualities are enthusiasm in practicing devotional service, firm faith in devotional processes, a strong desire to attain prema bhakti, a favorable service attitude, avoidance of non-devotees, and appreciation of the company of devotees. That is what we are looking forward for today's our journey, understanding and getting close to Guru Maharaj's blessings through the pure devotees like His Grace Sangha Prabhu and Nitai Sevini Mataji. Ki Jai.
Playing, and again he wants us to play.
Playing with Krishna. Okay, we don't know where it is, what is there, correct? Have you seen this card before?
Yes.
Okay, have you played with this? Now Prabhu will pick up one card, Mataji will pick up one card, and they're going to talk about Krishna. Jai.
See, austerity. So I have to speak about austerity.
Yes. Correct.
Enthusiasm.
So austerity, he fixed me actually. I want to speak something else. It's very smart. So, but he told me a whole night I can speak. Kushadhaj Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, their brothers, there are few brothers. They were not interested in though they were king, but they were not interested in what you call kingdom. All were interested on spirituality. Those days, Treta Yuga, they were meditating. Satya Yuga. So Muni Rishi, they requested that one brother should take care of the palace and activities. He can do all the activities from spiritual and material activity from the palace, and other can take Banprastha life and do spirituality. So Kushadhaj Maharaj had one daughter called Vedavati, and they were doing tapacharya. So Vedavati since she's a girl, so Vedavati says, I want to marry who is the most powerful one in this universe. So Krishna Dharma says, only most powerful is Lord Vishnu. Who else is powerful? And she said, if I have to marry, I want to marry only Lord Vishnu. Then Krishna Dharma said, the only way you can have Vishnu as a husband, only if you do austerity. You pray to him. And you don't know when Lord will be happy and he will accept you. So they were praying. But you worldly people, if we have a daughter or anybody, if the girl is or somebody is IT professional or engineer or having little money, we are happy. Oh no, I've got good husband. But see, here is a girl who wanted to be wife of a Supreme Personality of Godhead. That should be the attitude. What do you want? We want to be with the Lord. So we get a special position. So during the course of austerity, her father died. And while she was doing meditation, chanting, praying to the Lord, at the time Ravan appeared one time in that area. He was roaming around. When Ravan saw this such a pretty girl, daughter of a king, certainly they are spiritual person. Ravan says, I am very much captivated by your beauty. I want to marry you. And if you want, I can make you signature queen. So you will enjoy all the facility. But Vedavati says that I have given my heart to Lord Vishnu. Ravan says, who is Lord Vishnu? All these three worlds, they are serving me. All these demigods, they are my servant. Who is Lord Vishnu? So Vedavati says, nothing doing. I am interested only in Lord Vishnu, nobody else. Ravan says, who are you? You are a small little girl. And Ravan caught her hair. And Vedavati, through her mystics, she cut her hair, she burned her body. Because she said, now because you have touched me, my body is polluted. So I don't want to keep this body. She burned her body and she became a small little girl. And that same girl, and it was covered by a golden pot. And Ravan says, look, I also know mystic. I will not leave you. So Ravan carried that pot along with to Lanka. And Ravan kept that pot in Lanka. And for a long time, Ravan thought maybe something will change. But never changes. And all these ministers, his wife, everybody, all this, his relatives, they said, so long this pot has come, I don't know what you brought, but everyone is inauspiciousness, bad woman. So better to do something about it. Why not you put it where you have got? No, it's far off. So Ravan, what he did, he threw it in the ocean. So during the flood, same pot came to the Janak Maharaj's place in Mithila. And during tilling, he got it. Because that, plow, that rod called Sita. So the whole pot came through the Sita. That's why our name is Sita. So then Sita was married to Lord Ram. So this is the power of austerity. Well, if we do 1 day austerity, 2 days austerity, we get tired. But Vishnu Puran says that in Kali Yuga, if you do 1 day austerity, it is equivalent to 1 month in Dapar Yuga. 1 month austerity in 1 month austerity in Dapar Yuga equivalent to 1 year austerity in Treta Yuga. And 1 year austerity in Treta equivalent to 10 years austerity in Satya Yuga. So you all have heard that many they used to do 10,000, 20,000, 60,000, 1 lakh year tapasya. And when we have to get up 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, we feel very, why? Every day. ISKCON वाले हमको तंग कर दिया, right? कैसे सिखाया सुबह सुबह उठना? Why we have to get up so early in the morning? Right? Why not? Prabhupada, everything is good. Many they complain. Prabhuji, everything is good, but getting up early in the morning, that's not very good. Everything is okay. Some they say, Prabhuji, everything is good. Why little onion garlic? That's all right. Tea? That's it. Why should not be like that? So, this is austerity. If you can get up, if you can chant, you can pray. What Krishna says in Gita, Ja Nisha Sarvabhutan Tosha Jagriti Sanjami. So when whole world is awake, those who are Sanjami, they feel it is dark. When it is dark, then Sanjami, a yogi, thinks this is the right time to chant. So Srila Prabhupada said, yogi gets up in the morning and bhogi sleeps in the morning. He was very much blunt. One time in Prayag, Allahabad, during Kumbh Mela, it was the last, I believe in 77 only, beginning. And when he went at 5 o'clock, he saw everybody, 5:30, everybody sleeping. He was very furious. Thaman Krishna Maharaj told me that he was so furious. He said, you people never change. You see all these sadhus, they have to wake up. Why he was sleeping? And being an old man, though it was cold, he was awake. So if we get up in the morning, that is austerity. If we chant, if we preach, everything is austerity, because we are controlling our senses from materialism to the spiritual, and that's austerity. And this austerity will pay back. I'll give you another example. In Garuda Puran, that is what I quote from Valmiki Ramayana. This Garuda Puran, Garuda asked that, my dear Lord Krishna, I heard you have so many wives. He said, yes. But do you discriminate? Yes, he says. No, as a God, as a Supreme Lord, how can you discriminate? He said, I discriminate. No, how you can? Then who is the first? I know Rukmini is the first. Who is the second then? He said, Jambavati. Then Garuda is asking, why Jambavati? Why not Mitraminda, Nagariti, Lakshmana? Why not others? Why Jambavati? Then Krishna told, these girls are not ordinary girls. They did a lot of tapasya. And Krishna gave details in Garuda Purana there. He said this, Jambavati did tapasya 3 lifetimes and in different hills with her father doing tapasya. So what Prabhuji gives, this by will of providence I got the card, austerity. So this austerity is not a small thing. This austerity means we are trying to give up our worldly nature and adopting the spiritual nature. That spiritual nature Krishna is called yogi. And that yogi, what Krishna says, 8th chapter last sloka, who can tell? Yeah. Yagye tapeshu yagyeshu Vedeshu yagyeshu tapeshu chaiva daneshu jat punya phalam pradishtam uttedi tat sarvavida viditva yogi param sthanam apeti chaddam. That whatever you do in this world, but if you are a yogi, you are a devotee, you have got everything. Param sthanam, he get more than that, highest. So even if yogi cannot give even to whatever dan, yajna, tap, anything for worldly way, but he is the highest. That's Krishna says in Gita. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatina taratma shraddhavan bhajati yomam samyukta. Among all the yogis, those who have shraddha and chanting my name, they are with me, I am with them. So this is the process. Very tactfully, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given very beautiful way, sweet way, that we can be devotee, either grihe thako, vanehat thako, sadavalivar, either householder or not, that's not. Na ham vipro na chanarapati, na vivasho na sudro, na ham varni chatakitavar varnino vinasto jatirva, kintu pradya nikala pramana pradnamatavdi, gobhi bharto padakamayo dasa dasa. We are devotees. We are just servant of gopis. Right? we know in the process of this question is coming again and again, that's why I just want to tell this, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had three followers, Basu Ghosh, Govind Ghosh and Madhav Ghosh. And I think few years back I visited, few times I visited. And they were very good Kirtaniya. By chanting they purify. And somehow for some reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Basu Ghosh, you go back to your home. All are very excellent singers. They are associates of Lord Chaitanya. In fact, he had no child. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that many they used to criticize that who will do your last kriya, Sadha Siddhamani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't look, I'll come, Krishna will come, who will do your kriya? And if you see every year, even now, his birthday celebration, thousands of devotees comes from all over West Bengal and they celebrate his birthday. And ISKCON goes with prasadam. I don't know how ISKCON came to distribute prasadam to all the sadhus. So, if we are a devotee, Lord will take care, not past, present, future. We should have Shraddha for Guru. How the Shraddha Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself taught. After taking sannyas, he was going to Puri. He crossed the place where his Guru Maharaj took birth, appeared. That's Halisar. And because thousands of people were following him, when he came to know this is my Guru's birthplace, he took dust, soil, and he tied in his clothes. And because he tied his clothes, all his followers also took. So that became pond. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, everybody asked, what are you going to do with this soil? He said, every day I'll eat little bit so that I'll have a Krishna prem. So this is the kind of bhakti one should have for Guru. See, the Bhakti Siddhanta said his mission was how to spread Krishna bhakti all over the world. But because he was not able to do, he requested everybody. Srila Prabhupada, though he was very junior at that time, but he took it very seriously. And he tried to spread Krishna bhakti all over the world. And he is, according to Rupa Goswami Pad, according to Narottama Das Thakur, according to Vrindavan Das Thakur, he is a Sanapati Bhakta. So if we take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, then we have hope. Srila Prabhupada is the only savior in this world right now. He wanted in this world, all over the world, Prithiviti, Nagaradi, Asamadra, Nadanadi, Shakali Lai Krishna Nam, Tahale Ananda Hai, Tabe Hai, Digvijay, Chaitanya Katha Sicha. He said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, every town and village, my holy name will be spread, Krishna name will be spread. But Srila Prabhupada says, not only every town and village, even the ocean, even the trees, even the hills, mountain, all the rivers, birds, beasts, aquatics, worms, everybody should chant Krishna's name. They all should be delivered. That is the kind of attitude he had. In Chennai, somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, Swamiji, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said he could not do it, but you did it. Srila Prabhupada told very humbly, that was in 72 when he visited first time to open center there with Bhagavati Prabhu. So he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted, he could have do it, but he gave me the credit. It's not that he could have easily do it. But he wanted I should get the credit. This is the attitude he had. Many times in ISKCON, when Prabhupada was there, many they told, actually you don't know, Prabhupada is God. He said, don't say like that. I'm not God. I'm his. So this is kind of attitude he had. So if we keep shelter and if we have the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, it's possible. As Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nidehadyam Sulabam Sudilatam Plabam Sukalpam Guru Karnadharam. So this, we are like a small boat, Srila Prabhupada is like a big ship, huge ship. If we want to go to India with our small boat, it is not possible. What to speak of crossing, going back to Godhead. So this ship can go anywhere. But what is how to go then? If we tie up with Srila Prabhupada's ship, then our small boat will go. Doesn't matter how many boats. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Let's say 200 100 boats, small boats or few small boats were connected to this thing, big ship. It can go, easily take us, because it's a small boat for the nothing. So I'm saying that let us have a shelter of Srila Prabhupada, then the back to God is guaranteed. As Srila Prabhuji mentioned, all these rules and regulations we have to follow minutely. And when you do sadhana, then after some time you become pure. Initially may not be, but slowly, gradually we should do it. There is no haste. Prahlad Maharaj says it should be done with worldly things, then become spiritual, more spiritual. So it's not that in one day one can make. Some they can make it, those who are really focused. Yesa Tikatam Papam Jananam Punya Karmanam Te Danda Maha Vivakto Bhajante Avadhirabhata. So those who are Dhirabhata, they can do it. But if we are not Dhirabhata, then it will take some time. But I am saying that everything, like you are coming satsang, you are attending Mangalarati, whatever you do, even 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, it has a lot of difference. So, thank you very much. And if any question, I'll take later on.
His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine. Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Padayane Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagara Gramatarine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Shri Guru Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So my card is enthusiasm. Okay, so I can tell you some pastimes about enthusiasm in serving Guru. Since today our topic is about Guru, so I'm reminded of this one very special devotee called Anant Alwar. Have you heard about him? And have you heard about Anant Alwar pastimes? Yeah? How many of you haven't heard about it? How many of them haven't heard about it? Oh, great. Okay, so have you been to Tirupati? How many of you have been to Tirupati? Oh, and have you seen when you enter Tirupati and when you see that Balaji, when you enter the Sanctum Sanctorium, just before you enter the Sanctum Sanctorium, on the right side there is a crowbar. Have you seen that? Have you observed that? Yeah, so enthusiasm in serving Guru, it is so important. In fact, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he wanted to start a preaching center in Darjeeling, he had asked many of his devotees, disciples, that who will go for serving and opening a center in Darjeeling. Nobody wanted to go because they didn't want to leave his Vapu association, physical association of Guru. So nobody was coming forward. It was a sabha like this, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was asking, yes, can you raise hand? Who will go to Darjeeling for preaching? And nobody raised hand. And then he said, okay, fine. Since you're not coming forward, tomorrow the first person I see, as I open my eyes, the first person, that person has to go to Darjeeling. And lo and behold, in the next day morning, nobody went to his room. And nobody served him breakfast also. And Guru Maharaj is inside the room and all are saying, you go, you serve. And he is waiting, imagine, morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock, nobody is coming for prasadam. So then one Grahastha devotee came to the temple that day morning. Usually Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had many brahmachari disciples and sannyasi disciples, and somewhere they were not that respectful to Grahastha disciples. And now ISKCON is largely Grahastha congregation, Gaudiya Math also, but in those days it was not like that, right? Mostly brahmacharis and very few So they used to not respect him so much. But today, as soon as that Grahastha disciple came, everybody was saying, Prabhu, you have come, so nice to see you. He said, what happened? So would you like to go and give prasadam to Guru Maharaj? And he is surprised, why is everybody asking me to go and serve? Usually the sannyasis and the brahmacharis, they go and serve Guru Maharaj. So he said, yeah, I can serve. So they all gave him the breakfast prasadam. Go to Guru Maharaj's room and serve. He was innocent. He had no idea. So he went and he put the plate in front of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur for prasadam. And Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur became very happy on seeing him, and he said, from today, you will become my personal secretary. And now I will say who has to go to Darjeeling. So, when a guru gives an instruction, when a guru wants something done, it's not, we don't need capability to do it. What we just need is faith and obedience. If that somebody can realize in their life, not required qualification, not required ability, only thing required faith, that my guru is giving me this instruction and guru is also empowering me. Because when guru gives an instruction, when that instruction comes out from his mouth, apart with that, he also gives the ability to the disciple. Right? That is why we chant this verse, right? Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayatagaram yatripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madam Krishna Chaitaneshwaram. If a guru says something, we should have that faith. We may think, I can't do it, but if guru thinks you can do it, that means you can do it. That's it. And if you have that faith, you can do it. So I'm just reminded of, Anant Alwar. Similarly, in one Sat Sabha, Ramanujacharya was sitting and all his disciples were there, and he said, yes, Lord Balaji is he likes garlands, he likes flowers very much, but those days Tirupati was, like it's on a hill, right? The temple is on a hill and it's infested with so many wild animals, and it's not a safe place. Now we just take a nice AC car, go up there, have a cottage, take darshan and come back. But those days there were lots of wild animals. So he said, Lord Balaji likes flowers, but there are no flowers. Sometimes they have to take the flowers down the hill and then from downhill and then take it upstairs. So why not, I want one of my disciples to stay there on the hills and make a nice garden for Balaji. But nobody came forward. All are sitting there, sannyasis, brahmacharis, nobody came forward. And then after 5-10 minutes of silence, there was one devotee sitting in the back, a grahastha. He lifted his hand. He said, Guru Maharaj, I'll go and I'll make a nice garden on the hill. And that was a big thing. Everybody was looking at him because there are lots of animals. There'll be no guarantee whether you will be alive. There'll be lions, there'll be tigers. Finally he went, he and his wife. Now when they went up their hill, there is no facility. They somehow made a hut for themselves and they started living there. Now the problem is, if you have to grow flowers, you need water. If you can't carry water from somewhere else, now to get water, you have to dig a pond. So now they started digging a pond just to store water. So now digging a pond means what? There are only two people, right? Husband and wife, and his wife was pregnant, carrying a baby, maybe a 7th month, Now what to do? So the husband was digging the mud and putting it in a basket and handing over to his wife. The wife was putting it on her head, walking all the way and then throwing it somewhere and then again coming back with the empty basket. This was going on every single day. Both husband and wife are working so hard and sweating, And when Lord saw that, when we make an endeavor, Lord reciprocates. And Lord said, I should help them. So Lord came in the form of a small boy. And then he came and asked Anant Alwar. He said, Baba, can I help you? I like to help you with your service. So Anant Alwar was very sweet to him. He said, no, it's all right, I'll do it. And he again insisted, I want to help you. You and your wife are doing it alone, I'll help you. Then Anant Alwar told him very nicely. He said, look, you are a young boy. In future also you may get many chances to serve the Lord. But I am an old man. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to serve the Lord and serve the instruction of my Guru. So I want to do it. Let me take this opportunity. And second thing is that my Guru has given this instruction to me. So I want to do it. I don't want to delegate to somebody, you do it, and then I want to do it myself. Every inch of what my Guru has said, I want to fulfill it myself. So let me do it. So after some time, he again came, the little boy. This time Anant Alwar got a little upset. He said, I'm telling you, I don't want to share this service. My Guru has given me this service. Please allow me to do it. Please, you will have other opportunities in life to do, but this service I want to do. Please don't disturb me. The Lord is seeing. Lord didn't feel good, seeing the situation. So how should I help them? So what the Lord did is, Lord went to his wife. Now when the wife went there, behind the tree just to throw the dirt, he approached the lady. He said, can I help you? The lady was very kind. She said, look, my husband is short-tempered. He'll get very angry. He already told you 2 times, so don't do this. Now he said, Mother, you are pregnant, you are carrying a baby. I can see it's becoming very difficult for you. Let's make a deal. Your husband will not know. What you do is, when you get that dirt in the basket, you just hand it over to me. And from here, I will carry it forward and I'll bring it back and he'll never know. Now, she being a pregnant lady, and after all a lady, and ladies usually don't have a lot of physical strength. She said, fine, it's fair enough. Little boy, he's asking for some service. So now what the lady started doing is, Anant Talwar was digging. She was taking the basket to a certain extent and then giving it to the little boy. Now, when she is doing it, it's taking time, one step. But when the boy is doing it, it's quick, just like that. Now, after some time, Anant Talwar started observing 1, 2, 3. How come she's coming so quickly, Tuck, 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 she's coming back, So then what he did this time, he just followed her, that what is happening. And he saw, oh, this boy. And now Anant Talwar got very angry. You little boy, I told you not to come. Again you are coming. What is this? He got angry, and with what he was digging the dirt, digging the mud, he flung on that boy, And Krishna is very fast. So he just ran, just to save himself. But still, Anant Talwar was so quick that, Lord got stuck on his chin with the crowbar. There was this mark here. But Anant Talwar didn't leave him. He was running behind, and Lord was running, and after some time, he lost the sight. Next day morning, when Anant Talwar went in the sanctorium inside the altar, and he sees, there is a crack here, and it's bleeding. Then Anant Talwar understands the whole thing, that, it's the Lord who came to, help me. And then he was talking to the Lord, why do you do all these naughty things? I'm just doing what my Guru has asked me to do it. And then Anant Talwar immediately takes some camphor, and then he puts it on the Lord to stop the blood from flowing. And even till today, in the Balaji temple, every single day they apply camphor to the Lord. And whatever camphor has been applied in the previous day, that goes to Anant Talwar's descendants. So this time, just I think last year this time, December, I was in Tirupati. And I was fortunate to get that camphor from Lord Balaji by Anant Talwar's descendant. Because we had gone to visit Anant Talwar's garden, and when we were having darshan, very old man, he just walked in, and then he recognized me, because probably he was following my videos, and he said, "You are Nitai?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Come here, I want to give you something." I couldn't understand. He said, "Come here." Then me and my husband, we followed, and then he took us inside in that, the ashram where he's staying, and then he said, "Look, come here." And he was a very old man, maybe 80 years old, and he said, "Bend down." So I bent down, and then he took something and he put it on both of my eyes, and it was like little burning sunstone. I could not understand. And then he said, "This is Lord Balaji's camphor." Oh, I said, "Thank you so much." So it was so a wonderful feeling. And then of course he gave it to Prabhu also. So and the place where we went, that's a very special place. And there's another pastime connected to that place, that how Anant Talwar had such enthusiasm to do his service which was given by the Guru. So Anant Talwar's, after the pond was made, and even today you can see that there's a pond, that same pond is there, and there's a nice beautiful garden, and lots of flowers are growing, and huge big trees. It's a very scenic place. I don't know, many of them, they go for Balaji Darshan, but they don't go to this Anant Talwar garden. If you next time you go, you can ask the taxi driver, they'll take you to this place. So there is this beautiful garden, and Anant Talwar started growing nice flowers. And now with what he was doing is, every day his service was to make flower garlands for the Lord. Now, there is one very special way of making garlands, especially when you make those mogra, jasmine garlands. So these jasmine flowers, if the flowers have already bloomed, then it's very difficult to make the garland, because the petals may break. So when they are still in the bud form, if you make the garland, it's pretty easy, and they don't even lose their fragrance. So once you make the garland, and when the garland falls on the Lord's neck, and after some time, when the Lord is wearing it, then if they bloom, then Lord will get the first fragrance, So Anant Talwar was like, with lot of precision and very meticulously, he used to make those garlands, hold those leaves properly, mogra flowers, and then make them. So once, Lord had such amazing relationship with Anant Talwar. He used to talk with Anant Talwar every day. So once Lord was remembering Anant Talwar, so he told the pujari, "Go and call Ananta, I want to talk to him." The Pujari went to Anant Talwar, and he said that the Lord is calling you. So Anant Talwar said, "Well, I'm busy. I'm making the garland for the Lord. Tell Lord I'll come after some time." So this Pujari went back, and he told the Lord that I passed your message to Anant Talwar. It seems he's busy. He'll come after some time. Lord said, "What audacity this guy has. He's telling me he's busy. tell him I want to see him right now. He has to come and report to me right now. So again he went, said, Lord is asking you to come right now. So Anant Talwar said, you please tell the Lord I'm making garland for him, and he is a supreme Lord. He should know about the technicalities of making garland. This is not the time. I can't come. But if I come, the buds will bloom, and that's not possible. Please go and inform him that I cannot come now. Again he went to the Lord. He said, Lord, he's telling that you should know about the technicalities of making garland. He cannot come now. Lord got really upset. This is too much, So the Lord kept quiet. And after some time, the garland was made. So as soon as the garland was made, now Anant Talwar is coming. He has to offer the garland to the Lord. Now here is the sanctum sanctorium. Lord is standing there. Ananta is entering like that. As soon as the Lord saw Ananta is entering, Lord was very upset. Lord himself put the curtain out. Doesn't want to see his face. And Anant Talwar came and very confidently opened the curtain. He said, yeah, here is your garland. Lord said, I don't want your garland. Just get out. Neither I want to see your face, neither I want the garland. Just leave the place, He was still saying, come on, Lord, my dear Lord, don't get so emotional. Please take this garland. He said, this is not fair. I called you, you didn't come. And he said, no, my Lord, please understand. I'm just making garland for you. And if I come and talk to you, and then the flowers will bloom, please try and understand. The Lord said, forget about your understanding and your technicalities. I don't want your garland. I don't want you. In fact, you know what? Just leave this place. I don't need any more service from you. Just vacate this place. I don't need your garden. I don't need your seva. Just go out from here. So after to and fro arguments, Anant Talwar said, look, okay, you don't want my garland, I understand, but you can't ask me to leave this place because the problem. Now, what do you mean I can't ask you to leave this place? This is my place. Lord, let me explain to you, Lord, this is not your place. This is Varahadev's place. Even you have taken this place on rent from Varahadev and you are paying him rent, I know that all technicalities. That is why you have asked your devotees in Kali Yuga to put money in hundi so that you can pay to Varahadev. So, according to the technical rules, one tenant cannot ask another tenant to vacate. So, I am a tenant and you are a tenant. So, you can't ask me to vacate. So the Lord was saying, this is too much. He said, forget about all that calculations, you leave just now. Then Ananta said, fine, all right. If that's what you want, then I think I need to speak to my Guru Maharaj, because my Guru Maharaj has given me this service and my Guru Maharaj has asked me to come and serve you. So when, Anant Talwar started speaking about the Guru Maharaj, then immediately Lord said, come on, don't take it so hardly. We were just talking, it doesn't have to go to your Guru Maharaj. We can sort it out between us, So immediately Lord said, well, that's all right. Where is your garland? Come on, give it to me. I'll wear it, So it is like, such a beautiful thing that even the Lord is afraid that, don't go to your Guru, because, Lord is so attached to his dear devotees, and Ramanujacharya is a very dear devotee of the Lord. That is why sometimes you can make the Lord upset, but you can't make Guru upset, right? Why did he do that? Why didn't he go and talk to the Lord? Because he was thinking, my Guru Maharaj has specifically instructed me that the garland has to be made in this way. If my Guru Maharaj has instructed, even if the Lord calls me, I will not come, because my Guru Maharaj has instructed. That is why there is this beautiful sloka in Kannada Bhasha, I think it's written by Madhvacharya. He says, Hari Munigare, Hara Kayava, Hara Munigare, Hari Kayava, Hara Munigare, Guru Kayava, Guru Munigare, Kayava Yaru. If Lord Vishnu is unhappy with you, don't worry, go to Lord Shiva. Oh, Lord Shiva is unhappy with you, don't worry, go to Lord Vishnu. Oh, Lord Shiva and Vishnu both are upset with you, don't worry, go to Guru. Oh, Guru is upset with you, I don't know where you can go. I don't know where you can go. If Guru is upset with you, then we don't know where to go. So if Guru is upset, then nobody will give us shelter. If Krishna is upset, Guru will give shelter. What happened to Anant Talwar? Krishna is upset, he took shelter of Guru. Guru is upset, then we don't know where to go, right? So such enthusiasm Anant Talwar had in service. In fact, Anant Talwar used to take care of his garden in such a beautiful way, such a nice way, and the garden was so beautiful that every day in the night, Lord Balaji and Padmavati, they used to come there and enjoy there, just play around, and just like Lord has Rasa Leela, sing around and go around these trees. So in that process, what they used to do is, they used to trample lot of plants, and when you trample them, then the flowers are thrown everywhere. So next day morning when Anant Talwar comes, he said, "Oh, just yesterday night I saw that the plant was very nice and the flowers were supposed to bloom. And how come everything is, down there?" So then he thinks that somebody is coming and disturbing my garden every day in the night. So today I'm going to guard this garden whole night and see who are those people who are coming and disturbing. So this time, he was guarding the garden whole night. Who is coming? Let me check. And now Lord Padmavati and Balaji, they just dressed like a little boy, 16-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl, and running around and chasing each other and having fun there. And when Anant Talwar saw that, who is this little boy and girl disturbing my garden? So he ran behind them, and he held them both. Hey, you are the culprits who are spoiling my garden every day. Now, Lord, he's a boy and he has strength. So he somehow, he just escapes. But Lakshmi Devi, she can't. She's very soft. She can't escape. So Anant Talwar tells her, I'm not going to allow you to go. You are spoiling my garden. And Lord escapes. Now what Anant Talwar does is that he holds Lakshmi Devi and ties her to one of the trees in the garden, And Lakshmi Devi is telling, please allow me to go. I'm from a good family. If my parents see that I'm not back home, my husband sees that I'm not back home, they will complain, please allow me to go. So he said, that is what I want, that they should come. Elders of your family should come and rescue you. How do they allow you to do this, Every day night you're coming and spoiling somebody's garden. What is this? Meanwhile, it is Suprabhatam time, the Balaji altar has to open, and devotees and pilgrims, they come for Lord's darshan. And when the altar opens, the pujaris see that Lakshmi Devi, who is in the Vakshasthala, she's missing. Lakshmi Devi is not there. So they ask Balaji, hey man, where did you leave her and where is she? So Balaji says, she's in the garden. Anant Talwar has caught her. Then the pujaris, they all go in a procession and they tell Anant Talwar, actually you have caught Lakshmi Devi. And then immediately the Lakshmi Devi, she changes into the form of a deity. And then Anant Talwar says, well, okay, fine. So now I'll deliver, since I have caught her, I'll deliver her to Balaji. So they take a basket which is full of flowers, and then they place Lakshmi Devi there, they place her there, and then they carry that basket. And then they take to the sanctorium, and then Anant Talwar hands over the Lakshmi Devi to Lord Balaji. So, because he did it, he technically became father of Lakshmi Devi, and he became a father-in-law of the Lord. So even Lord reciprocates and gives him a set of new clothes to the father-in-law. And now this ceremony happens every year in Balaji temple, where Anant Talwar, as a father-in-law of the Lord, accepts the clothes from the Lord. So like that, and Anant Talwar was so immersed in his service attitude, that once what happened, that Anant Talwar, when he was roaming inside his garden, picking up some flowers, a snake bit him. So snake bit him, but he was not bothered. My service is first, I don't care what happened to me. And then he was just plucking his flowers, making the garland. When he went to the Lord to offer him the garland, the Lord said, hey Ananta, I heard you got bit by a snake today. Is it not? Are you okay? So Anant Talwar says, which snake are you talking about, Lord? The snake which is outside me, or the snake which is inside me? Now, the snake which is inside me is very dangerous. The snake of, kama, and the, what are the anarthas we have, kama, krodha, moha, mada, matsarya. These are the snakes inside. So are you talking about the snake inside? Because that snake is very dangerous. It's biting me all the time. Or are you talking about the snake outside? So Lord says, come on, now don't start the Bhagavad Gita philosophy with me. It's me who taught you that. I'm talking about the snake which bit you just now. Come on, come to the point, Ananta. What happened to that snake? Oh Lord, what is there? If that snake bites me, I'll die. If I die, I'll go back to Godhead. There I will take bath in Viraja Nadi and go and make a garland for you. And let's say, if nothing happens by that snake bite, then I'll go here in Pushkarini, take bath and again make garland for you. So what does it make difference to me? Whether the snake has bitten me or the snake has not bitten me. But the problem is not with this outside snake. The problem is with the snake that's inside me. Because of that snake, I'm taking birth again and again and again and again in this material world. My Lord, please bless me that I shouldn't be bitten by that snake, is what Anant Talwar says, So it's like this, my personal experience, I can share that if there is time, is that if Guru desires something, if Guru wants something to be done, Guru empowers. We just need to have faith. In our personal lives also, myself and Prabhuji, we were in the United States and we were in Miami. And in Miami, our temple is in the coconut grove, very near to the beach. So Prabhu was not doing well because he doesn't like beach and he has asthma problems. So we were contemplating on, shifting. And anyway, we were not we don't like to stay anywhere outside of India, but then we were forced due to some service and situation. So we were contemplating that, maybe we should leave because this climate is just not suiting. And as those discussions are going on, we received a email from Guru Maharaj, and those days, we were on hotmail.com, and we got a message from Guru Maharaj and saying that if you want, you can open a center in India, in South India, and your services are required since your wife can speak. I was born in Bombay, brought up in Hyderabad. So yes, I was not that fluent in Telugu or something because I'm from a Gujarati background, and if any of you are from Hyderabad here, you know how Hyderabad Telugu is. It is not like Telugu, it is a Nakkore, Jaore, that Hindi, Telugu, everything is a mix, A little bit I can I could manage. So he said, you come back to India and you go and serve there. So we were just thinking that if Guru Maharaj has given this instruction, then we must go. So we immediately packed up. And of course the temple, Prabhu was vice president and the temple president was Keshav Swami Maharaj. And he was very surprised. He said, I've never seen anybody just take like this drastic decision. When people come from India, they just settle here. After some time they take a green card and they take a citizenship and they just live here forever. Are you sure you want to leave and you want to go back to India? And we said, yes, we want to go back to India because our Guru Maharaj has asked us, to go back to India. So he said, fine. So we packed up and then we landed in Delhi. Now, when we landed in Delhi, we took a second-hand car. In those days, it was a big Tata van. And then we drove from there to Hyderabad, and from Hyderabad to, so many places. Now, those days there was no Google map as such, so we had to go to the railway station because those days the maps are sold near railway station only. You'll have India tourist map. You can open that and you can see. So we went to the railway station, we got one tourist map, we put it out there, and we both were seeing what is this place called Visakhapatnam and where it is, which district, where is it? We never heard about it. We know Hyderabad, Secunderabad. We don't know what is Visakhapatnam. And finally, we marked it, okay, this is Visakhapatnam and we'll have to drive. So we drove and we came. One night we were in Gwalior, another night we were somewhere. Finally, we reached Annavaram. And after 3, 4, 5 days of driving, we finally reached Visakhapatnam. So then my husband put me in a hotel there. It's a motel hotel there, Hotel Sarovar. So we checked in, had a room there. And my husband said, you fresh up and I'll just go and just move around the city. Let's see what kind of city this is. So he dropped me in the hotel, freshed up, and he went around and he was seeing the city. Now it was 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He never came back. In the evening around 6:30, 7 o'clock, my hotel phone, my room phone rings, and I pick up and Prabhu is saying, so how are you? So how will I be? I'm in anxiety because he didn't have a cell phone also those days. So I'm in anxiety. You said you were just going the city, seeing the city and coming back and you never came back. He said, no, I'm just searching if he can rent out a place to start an ISKCON center. I was just making but it's very difficult and I'm not able to find, I'm just moving around. Did you have prasadam? I said, what I'm supposed to have? There is nothing here to eat. He said, no, why didn't you get down? Just opposite the hotel, I saw there is a fruit stall. I said, how will I get down? And I just checked myself. I didn't even come out of the room. He said, no, get down. There is a fruit stall. Go and get some fruits for yourself. That's it. And he kept the phone. Now see how, because it is Guru Maharaj's instruction. When he kept the phone, the man who was the owner of that STD booth, he had one son in America, one son in London, a 3-story house, a retired man sitting in the STD booth. Those days STD booths are common in India, ISD. I'm talking about 1999 May. And that's it. And he said, would you like to take my house? I'll be happy to give for opening an ISKCON center. And he said, why not? So immediately my Prabhu came back to me and he said, this man is ready to give. Let's go tomorrow morning and see the place. So next day morning we went and saw the place. It was a huge place, like 3-story building. And we said, fine, Krishna's mercy. And we just took the place. So we took the place. We had one photo of Radha Madan Mohan of Abbott's Temple. They are my deities. And Prabhu was president there. And even I, as in my childhood, used to go for Mangal Aarti to that deities. We had some books also which we had bought in our car from Hyderabad. So we set up our small place, put the Radha Madan Mohan photo. We had our books. We bought one Shetranji, like this carpet, a red color carpet. Then okay, now we're ready to go. So we sent an email to Guru Maharaj saying that we need your blessings, Guru Maharaj. We are starting this, and if you come and bless us, it will be so nice. Now, honestly, from the core of my heart, we didn't expect he'll actually come to bless. we write, right? We write like that to Guru Maharaj, please bless, I'm starting something.
I expect it because I know. I'm determined.
So my husband had, he was quite insisting to Guru Maharaj, she should come. Now somehow what happened at that time, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was supposed to also come to Visakhapatnam with 700 devotees. Now, there was no ISKCON center there. Their plan, because we just came 3, 4, 5 days ago, they came to visit Simhachalam and they had their accommodations there in Simhachalam Hill. They had nothing to do because we have just come, so nobody knows there is an ISKCON center or started an ISKCON center. So my Guru Maharaj, he replied, he said, I'm coming. I'll come, because anyway Radhanath Swami Maharaj is coming, so I can meet him also and then I can give you blessings and you can start your center. So when the reply came, I was almost like, really coming? So because there's nothing there, it's just me and my husband, that's it, that is his ISKCON center, there was nothing there. Guru Maharaj is really coming. Really coming means we need things. If Guru Maharaj is coming, you need a table, chair, bed, so many things you need, and we had some Lakshmi because we were selling some paintings and all, but you don't immediately start investing on things. You still even don't know whether you're going to settle in the city or not. We don't know what to do. So when we went to a shop in a marketplace, who sells this furniture shop and all, and I started in my broken Telugu. I said, Ma Guru Garu, our Guru, my Guru, very fat, chala, So we are not sure this chair will fit or not. So can we take it? If it fits, we'll keep. If not fit, we'll give it back. Because our plan was, why to spend the money on the chair and all. After Guru Maharaj goes, we can give it back. Because we were living very simply, just some mat and all we were staying, This man was really nice, and he said, okay, fine, So we took one bed, single bed from him, one table and one chair. And we got these things, sofa also. Yeah, we got in sofa also. We got all these things, we put up Guru Maharaj's room. Now Guru Maharaj needs a connection, internet connection, telephone connection, wherever he goes. And we didn't have a telephone at that time. And nowadays it's very easy. You want to have a cell phone, it takes 5 minutes. Go and get a SIM card. But those days, he had to go and meet the regional head of telecom, BSNL head, and 10,000 rupees those days in 1999, give the deposit. And then one day we got the telephone connection. Now telephone connection over, room over, lights, fan, everything over. Now prasadam. Now prasadam, let me tell you, honestly, of course, though it's getting recorded, it shouldn't be. I was a very pampered girl of my parents, and I can't cook and all. It's I am not that good at all that. In fact, the first thing that I learned after joining ISKCON was cleaning bathroom. That also was very big thing for me, because we were in the United States and there are no servants there, and we were living in the temple ashram, and there they make you do everything, rota system, you have to clean bathrooms also. So it was very difficult. I remember the first day in Miami temple when one of the Matajis came and told me that they used to call me, my name is Nitai Sevini, and I don't like my name, and I told this also to Guru Maharaj, because the problem is everybody, my name is Nitai Sevini, but there in US everybody used to call me Nitai. It has to be feminine. How can you call me Nitai? Everybody used to call me, and then I was young in age with, in front of all those Matajis, and they used to call me, hey Nitai, come here, I'm not Nitai. At least they could have called me Sevini, and I was always upset with Guru Maharaj that why does he has to do that with me? Everybody gets Hari Priya, Krishna Priya, Vishnu Priya, and I get Nitai. Why do I get Nitai? And everybody, and because we were in Miami, so most of them were from South America, so they used to call me Madhuri Nitai, that's how they used to call me. So this one Mataji said, Madhuri Nitai? I said, yes. So Monday is for you. So I said, for what, Mataji? For bathroom cleaning. Oh, is it? Yeah. So Monday is you, so we have put it, and it's there on the, in the outside the bathroom wall, so you can go and clean it. Now, the wicked thought that came in my mind is that it's okay. What I'm going to do is just fill up 2 buckets of water, just throw everywhere and come back. That's cleaning. I'm not going to clean the bathroom, and I'm not going to do that. So I did that. Here came Monday. I took 2 buckets full of water. I just put everywhere, and I came back. And in the evening around 3:30, she came to me and she said that, did you clean the bathroom? I said, yes, Mataji, I cleaned it. No, that's not cleaning. So I was expecting from her that she will say, okay, you don't know. So it's okay, we'll do it. So I said, Mataji, that's all I know. She said, don't worry, I can teach you. Yeah, and I never thought she'll actually teach me. She said, come, I'll teach you. And she took me there in the bathroom and she made me do it. So I know I still can't forget, but I tell you, that day I lost something. and that was the ego. I lost something. Okay, fine, I'm a very insignificant person, and I'm not that big great person who can't do things. I did it. Yeah, and over a period of time I did so many such things. Sometimes I feel my going and staying in the United States for some time was a big lesson, because when you come from an Indian background, that also a Gujarati business affluent family, you're not used to do anything actually. So much pampering will be there in India. That made me like human, I will say, doing so many things which I was not used to doing. So when I came, now I'm not that great cook. They did teach me something there in America, making some sandesh and all. So I'm not that great cook, and after Guru Maharaj cooking means it's on some different level, and we had just got a gas cylinder and something, temporarily. And I was wondering, but then I got a good idea. I thought he'll come in the morning, so morning I'll cut fruits and give him. Afternoon we are going to meet Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and lunch will be there. Anyway, and then maybe I can just pack something from the lunch for the dinner, whatever it is. And the next day morning, anyway, Guru Maharaj was leaving in the early morning flight, and I got all my things set up, what I'm going to do. So everything was fine and ready, and then the day arrived, we have to go and pick up Guru Maharaj. So I told my husband that when Guru Maharaj comes, how will it look? it was just a rented place, right, 3 floors rented place, and there was no board like ISKCON temple or something. So I told him maybe we should have a board, right, ISKCON temple or ISKCON center. He said, yeah, but it's too late. I said, no, I'll manage it. So I told my husband, you go to pick up Guru Maharaj. Meanwhile, the board had come, those days there was no flex printing. So you have this tin board, and then they paint it white, and then on that they will paint it, hand painted. So they had hand painted it, ISKCON center, and we just had to fix it, So that's it. My husband went to pick up Guru Maharaj, and then my husband, I think Ganga Prabhu was Guru Maharaj's secretary at that time. So Ganga Prabhu and they were all coming in the car, and I was up there with the help of one servant maid and one man, and up on the top of it, and I was trying to fix it, and my Prabhu entered with the car, and then Guru Maharaj slowed the car and he put out his window and he said, what are you doing there, Nitai, Sevini? I said, Guru Maharaj, I'm fixing the board, ISKCON center. He said, come down, you'll fall down, just come down, it's not required. And then I came down, he said, it's not required, just leave it. So because I was not able to fix it, put that board, ISKCON center. Finally we just came, and then we served Guru Maharaj fruits and all, everything was fine, and then we got ready. Guru Maharaj took some rest, and then we went to Simhachalam to see His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Had prasadam there was some dahi vada, this, that, packed something. I was very happy. I thought I just did it, without flawlessly, and Guru Maharaj never even knew that I didn't do anything actually. I just arranged from something prasadam. I thought I was very smart. And that's it, I'm ready with my dahi vada and everything, packing for the evening. I'm happy, I'm in the car, Prabhu is in the car, Guru Maharaj is in the car, and I'm thinking just few more hours and it's all over. And then Guru Maharaj turned back and he said, so Nitai, Sevini, what's the program in the evening? How many people will come? What? So, how many people will come and what's the program in the evening? How can there be a program in the evening? We don't know anybody, we just come in the neighborhood. And Guru Maharaj said, so how many people will be coming? And I didn't have the guts to tell him that no. I said, many people will come, Guru Maharaj. Many people. It will be nice program, it will be. So Guru Maharaj was very happy. Oh, good then. So what time should I come? 6:30? Yeah, fine. That's it. And after Guru Maharaj went to his room, I was just sweating, how this many people will come and who will come, But anyway, I told Guru Maharaj that many people will come. I didn't know what to do. And then anyway, it was somehow, it was a residential area, just like this is just there, houses everywhere. So yeah, I just went and I knocked on the door, people opened, they're just looking at me because I don't look like a beggar also, right? At least like, okay, fine, she must be trying to beg something. So just wondering what this girl wants, Actually, I came from ISKCON Andi. Our Guru Maharaj is American Andi. He came from America. If you say like that, they like it very much in India, If you say he came from Mayapur, means nobody will come. Guru Maharaj came from America and he will be talking about Gita. Would you like to come in? And whatever Telugu, and would you like to come in the evening? We have a program, And people were nice to me, because I didn't have a begging bowl and I was not asking them any money. I was looking normal. In fact, many times, I tell you, when I got newly married and I was I was doing service in Prabhupada house in Vrindavan, and at those days there was this one Mataji called Nashinga Devi Mataji. She's no more, she's already left her body. And I was maybe like 18-year-old, just trying to do some service in the Prabhupada house, and I'm from Hyderabad, so even if I can't speak Telugu, I understand Telugu. If somebody is speaking Telugu, I can understand. And there were some Telugu people maybe from Hyderabad, I don't know what, and I was just trying to tell them that yellow, book low, because mostly Hindi people only come there, Vrindavan. So I'm just saying, ye lije, and all something, and they were talking in Telugu. That చూడ్డానికి బానే ఉంది పాపం ఎందుకు ఇలా అయ్యింది ఆవిడపోయింటే, and they're saying that the girl looks okay, poor thing, why is she in ISKCON, what must have happened to her life, and poor thing, what must have, looks like educated only, what lords that's with people, and I was wondering, really, do I look so wretched that I'm suffering or something? I'm really happy, and it's, on my own will I have come. It's not that I was thrown out of my house or I didn't have any place to go, so that's the kind of look people give you, I mean, not now anymore, but I'm talking about 25 years ago. If you're joining ISKCON means definitely maybe you wanted to marry somebody and that person must have married somebody else, so out of that separation you joined ISKCON, or there is a financial problem that you join ISKCON, or you have some a mental problem, then you join ISKCON. Some problem, maybe without problem, how can somebody happily join ISKCON without any problem in life? So it's like that. So anyway, I finally called everybody and I knocked, and I was still keeping my I don't know when Gauranga, everybody will come or not, come or not. And 6:35 the hall was full of people. And Guru Maharaj came down, he was very happy, and we didn't have any Vyasasana for it. We just sat in a small cushion there, and mostly ladies, no men at all. Like, absolutely, it was like ladies' crowd. And then Guru Maharaj asked me that who will do translation. So I'm the only person who has to do the translation, though I didn't know Telugu so well at that time. Something I translated, something they understood. At the end of it, Guru Maharaj was so pleased. He said, I'm very happy. It's nice, wonderful program, very good. So he blessed both of us, said, do preaching nicely in Visakhapatnam, and then Guru Maharaj left, and that's how our journey started. But what we thought was a simple thing was not that simple thing. When we started living there, we understood, we came to know that from 1972 onwards, many people had tried to open a center there, but they failed. For some reason, they opened, then closed, they opened, then closed. So as a result, people in Visakhapatnam didn't have a good impression about ISKCON. We say ISKCON, they don't like it. And not only that, many of them had, I don't want to name because it's getting recorded, but many of them had, maybe go to a jewelry shop, take a ring or something and say, I'll pay you back in installments, but never paid back. And then some of the devotees went and said, took calendar orders, that we will make calendars. They took advance, but they never made calendars. So like that, they had such bad impression about ISKCON that if you talk ISKCON, they don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to them, And then meanwhile, there was another party whom we all know and whom we all don't talk about, the other party, which is in Bangalore. They had a center there in Visakhapatnam. So they were preaching very wonderfully. They had 15 brahmacharis. And in those days, in 1999, every other day, they used to get flowers from Rajahmundry by train, Such wonderful deity seva. And they had huge Jagannath deities and altar and give Kheer Prasadam every day. And wonderfully they were preaching, And meanwhile, here we were on the other side, from the ISKCON side. It's only me and my husband. And he used to go out for preaching. And I was like a pujari, come cook, come fundraiser, come cleaner, come marketer, everything, all in one, just do the service, and he goes out. Of course, finally, after a few months, we got our Jagannathji. Our first deities, we got Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani, and then we started whatever little bit we used to preach. And then what we did is we asked Mayapur if they can send some devotees. So they said, we don't have any such system in ISKCON that you call and you get devotees. But they said, we can help you one way. In Mayapur, they had something called New Bhakta department. So in New Bhakta department, you have to have a certain qualification, then they accept you as a new Bhakta. So you have to be, I think, 25 years of age or something, not above 30. And you should have some material qualification also. So they used to have some candidates whom they reject because of overage, So they said, we have one or two candidates like that. One is maybe illiterate, some issue, and one is overage. So if you want, you can go and you can take them. So we went to Mayapur, and of course we went for festival. And then we got those two guys, and then we took them back with us, and we started training them, how to wear dhoti, what to do. They were just new bhaktas, just walking in Mayapur. So fine, we were like 4 people now, and the temple was going on. But meanwhile, we used to have a lot of trouble, no matter what festival we celebrate, because they also celebrate and we also celebrate, and people get confused, what is ISKCON? But that's all right. One way we were managing. The other problem started. My husband suffers from asthma, and Vizag is not good for asthma, because Vizag was on the beach or ocean, and it's very humid. Visakhapatnam is very humid. So he was getting asthma day by day. I mean, so bad such that he was not able to breathe. Every day the routine is, but 9:30, 10 o'clock, he'll sit on the chair whole night, and morning when the sun rises, then he can sleep, because the sun is a friend for asthma. Sun, he's fine. Eyes were getting red. He started taking steroids. Now steroids are like life-saving drugs, right? You shouldn't take them every day. It's like they are like SOS, can't take them every day. And the doctor said, if you keep taking like that, I don't know how long he will survive. So my husband said, okay, then I'll go to Hyderabad. So my husband decided that he will stay in Hyderabad and then keep coming up, and then I'll stay here alone. And then Janmashtami was upcoming, because we had come in May. So May, June, July and August. August was Janmashtami. So Prabhu said, well, I don't know what to do, because even if he wants to help me, he can't do anything because he can't breathe, So he went back to Hyderabad. Now I'm all alone here and I have to organize Janmashtami. And I was a little girl, not that, But anyway, I said, I don't know what to do. I got the BSNL, those days there was this yellow pages, I opened the yellow pages, got the names of the suppliers, you have to fix a pandal, we have to make a program. Then I noted down all the names of the schools in Visakhapatnam, and then called there, and organized a kids competition, went to the printers, all on my own, and then we had, those days we didn't even have that scooty or something, so auto only, hire an auto, go to this place, go to that place. And finally I printed the invitation card, printed the pamphlets, went to school, each and every school, spoke to the principal, organized some children's competition, and booked a hall where we are going to celebrate Janmashtami. Everything was done, and on the day of Janmashtami my husband flew in. Those days there was this flight called Air Deccan. They were offering very cheap tickets, Air Deccan. So he came in the morning of Janmashtami by Air Deccan. And by the time, and the surprising thing was, I was all alone here, and he was in Hyderabad, and there were like 15 brahmacharis. But for our Janmashtami festival, there was more crowd than their crowd. And how did we manage that? Because we did children program. They didn't do children program. They were preaching, making members and donation, because we did children program, and we said Janmashtami there will be prize distribution. So parents have to come because their child is going to get a certificate or prize. So everybody attended. So that was the first Janmashtami. 1999 August was the first Janmashtami of Vizag ISKCON, and I think we had around 750 people for Janmashtami. It was booked. It was like the whole hall, Uda Children Theatre was like packed, But of course, we're not that great about prasadam distribution. We just got some pulihara and one banana. That's what we did, for prasadam distribution. And finally, we had a great Janmashtami. Now, okay, things are getting better, but then, there is always this fighting. And then my husband approached the collector for land, to get a land. We have to make a temple. That's what we are there for. Now, they also approached for land. So now the first day collector was very nice to him. He personally showed him the lands also. Okay, what are the available lands? ISKCON temple is going to come up very well. But after that, after 1 week, when my husband approached, he got very upset. He said, Swamiji, what is this? Who is the real ISKCON? You are saying you are ISKCON. They are saying they are ISKCON. Who is ISKCON? No, he's tried to explain. Actually, there is some fighting going on. He said, you people also fight? We thought devotees means, you also fight. So I said, okay, first you sort out your fighting. Don't come and disturb us. Don't come again to my office. First you sort out your fighting. Tell me who is ISKCON. Then we'll talk about land no more, and don't disturb me. He just put a red mark in our file. Don't give any land to ISKCON, And we was like, we're wondering now what will happen, And meanwhile, what happened? I tell you, Krishna's mercy. That center, the opposite center, even they had some, because one Grahastha couple were managing all the brahmacharis, so they had some tussle, and I don't want to get into the details. And finally, I don't know, Krishna's mercy, I was in Fresh Choice departmental store taking some grocery, and that in charge's wife also was there in that departmental store, and she was also shopping. She had tilak, I had tilak. I didn't knew her by face, but somehow we both met. And then she said Hare Krishna, I said Hare Krishna. She told me she belongs to this place, and I said okay. And then we engaged into a conversations, and I invited her. Well, why not you come? They are also our Guru Maharaj disciples. So I said, why don't you come to the center? Because as soon as she met me, I don't know how, and in such a short meeting, she connected to me heart to heart so well that she felt to express what is going on in her mind. And in one line she told me that actually I thought that if I join ISKCON, because she had seen the Vaibhava, Aishwarya of opulence of the Bangalore temple. So she thought all ISKCON temples may be like that, So she said, I thought if I join ISKCON, I can go to America. But here I am, in Visakhapatnam. So I said, no, you can actually go to America. We came from America only. We can send you to America. So she said, really? I said, yeah, would you like to come and see us in the evening? She said, okay, I can tell my husband. So when I came and told Prabhu that they are going to come, Prabhu said, don't joke. Why will they come? I said, Prabhu, she said she will come. I don't know. I spoke to her and she said she will come and see us in the evening. My husband said, I don't believe. So we were on the second floor, and that our brahmachari whom we had trained, he called to knock us, and he said, they have come. And my husband was in shock, with 2 eyes. Really, they came? They came. So when they came, and then we had a nice chat, and then they told that they want to go to America. So we said, fine, we can send you, we can, ISKCON can arrange for your visa, and you can have some service there, since that's what your intention. Je Jathamam Prapadyante. Whatever you want from ISKCON, ISKCON serves everybody. You want to do seva, you want some luxury, opulence, everything is there. They said fine, and then the conversation went further, and they said fine, because anyway some tussles were going on, they had their own issues. So finally then my husband, me, and we all went to Chennai for Chennai Rath Yatra, and we took them also, and then we introduced them to Bhanuswami Maharaj, and Bhanuswami Maharaj said, okay fine, I'll arrange their visas to go to America. So fine, everything went well. So now we were expecting that now, since their center is getting closed, so whatever books they have, or whatever they have, the deities, or whatever Lakshmi they collected, now everything will come to us, and things will become pretty easy for us. And that was what our expectation was. So now the center got closed, everything fine. So after 1 or 2 months, we were passing through that center. So we saw that the center is closed, everything is closed. So we were happy. Maybe just within few days we'll get the message that whatever the books and Bhagavatam said, but we are not getting any message. We are wondering what exactly happened, because what we remember is, I don't want to mention the exact amount, but it was a big amount, which since it's getting recorded, huge amount was collected by them, because they had promised the people that they will give them cottages on the top of Tirupati hill. So they had connected a huge, those days, like a very, very big amount, lakhs, So we thought, we're going to get it, and very soon we can start the temple, because with all the Lakshmi we have. But we're never getting any message, Meanwhile, what happened? Prabhu was giving Bhagavatam class in the morning, and suddenly somebody came. We started making issue and shouting and throwing things in the temple. Temple hall means whatever the temporary center we had. So what's your problem? And he was showing us a receipt that I have given money for membership, and I have given money for this, and where is my Bhagavatam? Said, where is this? Then we told, look, just read the address and read our address. We are different, they are different. No, what do you talk about different? You are having Tilak and Kanti, you say ISKCON, there also ISKCON. I want my money back, or I want my Bhagavatam sets. And now it started as a regular thing. Wherever we go, people are shouting on us and fighting on us and showing us a receipt, because now the center was closed. So they were in search, where is now the ISKCON center? And then once what happened, somebody called us that they want to become life member. So myself and my husband, we both went in the car. It's the furniture shop. It was not furniture shop, plastic chair shop. No, we are sitting on this plastic chair. Yeah, they were selling those plastic chairs. So my husband said, you sit in the car, I'll just go inside the shop, get him fill the membership form, take the check and come back. I said, fine. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, he's not coming back. That much time it doesn't take. And I was wondering, so I also went in there, and I saw the shutter is closed. The shop shutter is closed. So I thought, where did he go when the shutter is closed? Where did my husband go? How can we just disappear in thin air, And then I saw they were opening and coming, going, some activities going on. Then I knocked, Then they open, and I see my husband is there, and they have taken him into custody. I said, are you giving the money or not? And they are shouting, and he doesn't know Telugu. He can't understand Telugu. So they are shouting on him in Telugu, what is this? You give our money and all. Then I said, look, can I explain? So I just started explaining, this is a situation. They were not ready to listen. And then finally the owner, the main owner, he came. And then I just explained, I said, look, I'm from a good family. We are not here to cheat you or take your money. Look, my father has a business in Hyderabad. We have branches in Charminar. I belong to this is all voluntary. This is what has happened. And finally he got convinced, because he was ready to call the police. And we said, no issue. Even if you call police, that's all right. You ask the police to come. We will show you our receipt. We'll ask our head office people to answer you. Finally, he, after talking and convincing, just within that 1.5 to 2 hours of conversation, he became very peaceful. And not only that, after 2-3 days, he bought 25 like these chairs and gifted us also. He was happy. He got convinced when I just tried to speak to him. Now this was become a regular trend. Now wherever you go, I used to be afraid, where is my husband going? What will happen to us? Everybody. Then we wrote an email to Bhanuswami Maharaj that this is a situation, Maharaj. So either, maybe BBT can send us the Bhagavatam sets, and please send us the address list, so that we will approach those members and we will talk to them. So they sent us a list. So what is a list? Harish, Vishakhapatnam. Or Mehta, Daba Garden. That's all. So how are we going to go to the street and say, who is Mr. Harish in the street? That is the address they gave us. And then he said, what about the Lakshmi? So then Maharaj said something. He said, when they closed that center, the condition was, they said that whatever money has been collected will not go to Visakhapatnam ISKCON, will go to Calcutta ISKCON. That is the condition they said, and which we didn't know. Nobody told us that the whole money goes to Calcutta for whatever cases they were fighting during that time with those people. So we said, okay, fine, Maharaj, forget about the money. We didn't get the money. At least can we get Bhagavatam sets? He said no. Then I said, what should we do with these people who are asking Bhagavatam set? Then Maharaj, Banaswami Maharaj, he writes very short mails. He said, that's all right. Why not you give them Bhagavatam sets? Anyway, in future they may donate to you. Then in future you can cultivate them. That's it. There ends the matter. So like now we don't even have the money which they have collected, and whatever we have collected, we have to get a Bhagavatam set from BBT Bombay and give it to them. And that was our situation, and things were going so tough. And I was asking my husband, why do we have to do it? Why can't we just go and stay in Mayapur or Vrindavan or some other temple which has lots of devotees? Here it is me and you and struggling, and there's nobody, and only 3 people used to come for our Sunday feast program. Only 3 people, 2 Prabhus and 1 Mataji who was working in HPCL. That's all. And after the 3, if they don't come, we used to give them call, kya hua, aap nahi aaye? Nahi, kuch busy tha, hum aayenge. They were our only guest, And I was telling my husband, why do we have to do that? Why can't we just go and stay in some temple where there are lots of devotees? We can talk to somebody, and I can talk to some Matajis. We are all alone. I want to go to Vrindavan, I want to go to Mayapur. And my husband said something so nice that day, which inspired me for the rest of my life. I've been married to him now 25 years. So he said, yeah, we can go to Mayapur and we can go to Vrindavan, but we should create a Vrindavan in Visakhapatnam. That will be a service to Guru Maharaj. And I thought, yeah, but at that time I didn't believe it's possible, to create a Vrindavan, to create a Mayapur and facilitate Krishna consciousness for others by staying in this unknown place and making everybody devotee. I never thought it will actually happen someday. So anyway, life continued, and then finally that particular collector who had put a red mark on us, he got transferred to Port Blair, and a new collector came, and everything started afresh. Then we again approached for land, and finally the present land that we had, they had showed us this land. And now the work started. In India everything is very difficult. There is red tapeism, and files don't move so easily. And even to sign one file, they can tell you, today my mood is not good, the climate is not good, pen is not good, your face is not good, anything they can say. They don't need any proper reason to deny signing your file. They can just say anything,
One time I was going to an officer, in the mature stage, minister already told, Chief Secretary told that you give them. So they were making a note, translation. So they'll make it 2 lines, just 2-3 line translation. Translation was made from English to Telugu. And that fellow, I was standing outside, and his secretary said, Swamiji, go inside. So I went, Swamiji, why you came? No, you're not supposed to come. I said, no, he went outside. I just gave his secretary 1,000 rupees. So he went and immediately gave. No, Swamiji, sorry, I was smoking cigarette. So because I'm smoking, you will become passive smoker, so I don't want to disturb him. See how that thing is. Immediately he did it. Just he got little money, just because he's smoking, he doesn't want to allow inside. And he himself called me that, come. Cover up.
Yeah,
Now after the translation, they said, sir, can it go to the section? The section, he said, no, we are not supposed to send the section. Half my section, maybe just 1 room, 1 building, that much only, 1 building. So section, then again I went to section, that is ready, no, will not bring. Again you give 500 rupees, then he'll bring the 5. This is how it goes. Then again, of course, he's sorting out. Again, this has to go for rectification if there is any mistake in the translation. And that fellow was a Christian fellow. He gave me a hard time for 3 weeks. And luckily he didn't come. Then another moment, he said, Swamiji, I'll do it. So means you have to give something. Otherwise he won't do it. Again 1,000 rupees. And that also is there. If you get it, it's jackpot. If you don't get, that's gone, waste. Similarly, we struggled for 5 years, 5-6 years for the land, and 9 years to get permission to build there.
In fact,
government was not giving permission to build.
Many times 1 or 2 people told him, because those days what we used to do is there was this video cassette called the Hare Krishna World. So we used to give that as a gift, agarbatti packet, Hare Krishna World, Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita. So one or two officers told him that please give the right thing. Please give the right thing. That means they meant to say that give the right thing. Don't give this agarbattis and all. Please give the right thing. Those days it was difficult to understand, but slowly he understood. What does it mean by giving the right thing? So anyway, to make it short, since time is going on. Anyway, there was a lot of struggle, and then finally we were in. I remember that day we were in some house program in somebody's house like that, and the phone rang, and then one of the officers, they said, well, your file has passed and all. But of course, before that also so many. See, actually my husband worked with Surabhi Maharaj, right? We just came to know he is the Vishwakarma of ISKCON, so he was into construction. So even before we actually got the land from government, when the file had already started moving, our routine, daily Saturday ritual was, Sunday we used to have Sunday feast with those 3 people, but Saturday evening we used to go on a drive, to that place. It's a very scenic drive. It's like ocean on one side, and those days there were lots of palm trees and lots of thorns, So myself and my husband used to take a torchlight and we used to walk around the whole place, because that's going to be our future temple, right? So even, there was nothing concrete, but still my husband had the whole idea in his mind, He used to say, this will be our altar, this will be the guest house, this will be this will be the dimension, and we used to have a happy imagination and come back. That was our every Saturday routine, and we used to be very happy. One Saturday we had gone to Vrindavan. I think it was for a Brahman Diksha or something. We had gone to Vrindavan for a long time, and then on Saturday we came on a drive and we see that somebody's already building a boundary wall for that land. We were surprised. What is this? This is our land. So we went and spoke to them. What are you doing? This is our land. It has gone to this tourism department, and it's not your land anymore. It's already been sanctioned to us. And we got really worried. What is this? Then that was a Saturday evening, and my husband ran to the collector office. Collector was not there. The collector's secretary said, Samadaji, forget about it. It's not possible. It's already done. The file has been moved, and in fact, the collector has given a comment that ISKCON is not showing any interest and no response is coming from ISKCON side. Thus, we have decided to give this land to tourism department. Whereas we've been going every single day and standing there and sitting there. And finally, my husband said, this is a situation. So we ran to, we drove to the hill, Simhachalam. We have this very special temple of Nrsingadev deities which are worshipped by Prahlad Maharaj. We went to Simhachalam temple. We got the tulasi and we got the Abhishekam water of the Lord. And that by the time it was already 8:30 in the evening. And then we went there again with the torchlight and put all Nrsingadev leaves there and all the Abhishekam water there. And it was Nrsingadev only can protect that land, And we prayed to Nrsingadev, please protect your land. And then he took a late night train to Hyderabad, because Vizag next step is Hyderabad. You have to try to get the officers there. So my husband left on Saturday night. So now that was the first time I gave a Sunday feast class, because he was not there. So those 3-4 people, and I gave some class. I started speaking something. Now once in a while somebody comes, because we were right in Pandurangapuram, very close to the beach, So some random people, they walk in, they do darshan of our Jagannathji and go away. So as usual, there was one man sitting in the back, and after the class he asked me that, can I ask you one question? I said, yes. He said, wherever I go, ISKCON has beautiful temples and all, but here I see there is nobody, small rented house. Is it really ISKCON? So I started, bragging, we have a 3.5 acres land right on the beach at Sagar Nagar. Very soon we are going to construct a temple. So I was like, just bragging about it. And then he told me, oh, is it okay? And then he introduced what he was, he was revenue minister's brother-in-law's some relative. Then I thought better to tell the truth and stop bragging about it. Then I told, actually we don't have any land, can I talk to you? He said, yeah, this is a situation, my husband is gone there. He said, I can help, I can help. Because her brother-in-law, somebody was the revenue minister of Andhra Pradesh. He said, I can help you. Then by that time my husband had a cell phone, and then from his phone, I didn't have a cell phone, from his phone called my husband and then told him this is a situation. My husband was very happy. He said, okay, fine, Monday I'll just, come back. And then he came back, and then from there on they both started, I'm just telling you, see the Krishna's arrangement. And Krishna sent somebody, we had Nrsingadev leaves there, and next day morning Krishna sends, next day evening actually, our Sunday feast was in the evening. That's it. Monday my husband came, and then they started having conversations, and from there on started his struggle, getting that file again cancelled and again coming back. It's a big thing in India. To get that work in India is like maybe you can actually get Krishna, but you cannot get, can get work done from government people. So anyway, I have written that all down, for the future. My husband went to Hyderabad 687 times. 680, you can imagine. And that also every time, in India it's not like, nowadays you can just book a flight tickets and put a submit button. But now it was not like that. You have to stand in the queue to get a ticket, and you can't get ticket just like that. You want to go tomorrow, and sometimes they used to call him like suddenly, come tomorrow and that file will be signed, then you can take it to the next. He has to pursue it. So sometimes he has to like travel in general compartments, sometimes like whole night stand near the the washrooms. What can be done? And then he had asthma problems, so he can't eat just about anything, so he has to carry his cooker where he'll make his dalia khichdi, pack it, go in the morning at 9 o'clock and sit there in the office till evening 4:30, 5 o'clock just to move that file from one table to another. And finally, I'm trying to make it short. There were so many other struggles we faced, and finally we got the land. The geo has come, but it was not a free land. We had to pay 38 lakhs, 36 lakhs. 38 lakhs we have to pay. And now usually when you get a government land, they give you time, 1 year time. In 1 year time you can pay. But with us, they said better you pay within 1 or 2 months, because the chief minister is Christian, and if it comes to his attention, then there may be problems. So you just somehow pay. 38 lakhs, and what we had in the bank was 32,000 rupees. That's all we had, and we didn't know what to do and where to start from, whom to ask for that much money, who is going to give us, and within 2 months we have to pay, even if we beg every single day, every single door. Anyway, we started, we tried our hard, and then finally some of our God brothers in Qatar, from our God family, so they said fine, but we can't donate, we can give you loan if that is fine, and you'll have to give that money back to us. And we said, yeah, fine, that's all right. So they helped for around 18 lakhs. They helped, and rest we somehow managed, collected. Of course, my family helped, and then some way we finally managed to, and while all this struggle was going on, one day my husband comes home with a Bhumi Puja invitation card designed, by printers, where it says that the Bhumi Puja of ISKCON Visakhapatnam is happening by the Revenue Minister of Andhra Pradesh. And I said, Prabhu, we're not even paid the money yet, and you're getting the invitation card printed. Are you sure it will happen? So that day when my husband was saying something very nice, so he said, oh, you think so you will do it? That's what you think? That Karta Bhav is there, that you think you are going to do it? That's why you're judging whether it will happen or not. It is Krishna's land and Krishna will do it. You just have to be instrument. And I thought, yeah, that makes sense. Why am I thinking that will it happen or not? It's not who we are, who are the doers, And actually the Bhumi Puja went so grand. We finally managed to pay the money. We had a grand Bhumi Puja, and it was done by the Revenue Minister of Andhra Pradesh. He came and he did the Bhumi Puja. And finally we had the land, we had everything, and things were going wonderful. And now, we thought we'll make the guest house first, because Prabhupada said before the temple you should have a sitting place. Devotee should have a sitting place. We should have an office, and then you can start the temple. Now when we applied for permission for construction, we came to know, the people whom we went to for permission, they said, why did you take this land? Don't you know this has been marked in the survey as sand dunes? So you cannot construct anything here. So you better give this land back and take something in the city and construct a temple. You cannot do construction here. It comes under coastal regulatory zone, and you cannot make temple here. Then we thought, what is this? There's a new set of problems starting in our life. And thereon started another journey, because if you have a land next to ocean, it comes under CRZ 1, 2, 3, depending upon how much from high tide and low tide. And according to that, they will give you permission. So there is something called no construction zone, and then you can construct for 9 meters. That much only you can do. Then the whole struggle started. Finally we did the construction of 9 meters of the guest house far behind in the site. And then the whole process of getting permission for this. And whenever we went for permission, they always said that there is permission for resort, there is permission for this, but there is nothing called temple written in our law book, so we can't give you permission. From there on, we struggled to get permission. In 2015, when the Narendra Modi government came in the center, and then we somehow managed, there were so many things that we had to do, get this certificate, get that clearance, get this clearance. And then finally in 2015, we got the permission, and then we started the construction of the temple. And after starting the construction, the demonetization came, and then so many other problems came. And then now it's going on in a fair pace, and I can.
This center right now is the biggest center in Japanese our Guru Maharaj zone outside Mayapur.
Yeah.
3.5 acres land.
Yeah.
Over 2 lakh is set to construction. Almost 70% work over, another 30% work. Maybe we are hoping by next year we'll open. It's a scenic location. Back side there's a hillock, front side there's ocean. In between land, that's also we are getting about 7 acre official, unofficial that's not counted. If we purchase 7 acres, we'll get around 14 acres. Because between the high tide and the greenery, that land, the thing sand dune, they don't count.
Yeah, so very soon we'll have a ISKCON private
Another
beach.
14 acres.
Yeah, it will be very beautiful. Yeah.
You all don't know me. I was with Suraj Maharaj. These deities, what you have, the Ashtasokis, I had the opportunity to meet all those deities. Way back in 84. Many deities I have sent. I came in 84 to Australia with Suraj Maharaj. We visited those days in Australia. That's the only time I visited. Usually I go to Europe, America, not this side. Those days, every temple I saw, 2-3 temples, I don't remember, I was a young boy. So about 150, 200 devotees. That's Australian devotees. Hardly 1 or 2 Indian devotees. But all are Australian. And they were going for collection, selling paintings, books and all. Every day a lot of Lakshmi will come. And every day early morning by 2:30, 3 o'clock, whole temple jam-packed. There's no space anywhere. There's no space to sleep anywhere. Luckily, because I was with Suraj Maharaj, I could sleep in his room. That much crowd, every time, all over the world. Europe, America, Australia. And Australia, good thing is that from after Srila Prabhupada's departure, from 78 onwards up to 84, there was Australia who supported Mayapur development. There was no money for Mayapur. Monthly maintenance, there was no Mayapur. Australian temple they were supporting. Vrindavan also few years, some extent they supported. Later on, there was a lot of branches, they could manage.
So Prabhu, I have done justice to your enthusiasm in service. That's the topic he gave me to talk about. Okay, so I'll end it here. It's already 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Anything, unless people see the success, they don't see the struggle. You all have struggle, then you came to this place. People say, oh, Prabhuji, he is there in us. But without struggle, nothing you can get. When you get roses, there's a thorn. When you get a lotus, you get a thorn. But if you're afraid of thorn, you'll not get that.
So, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.
So we'll have not able to give much time, so we had to have a policy how to get the visa very quickly. I vividly remember first time he came for Australian visa, and it was maybe, I'm not sure, maybe 87 sometime. And then he asked me how to get the Australian visa. So he came, another devotee came. I said, it will take minimum few days, we can get you. Another devotee said, no, we should get somehow. I said, get me some letter or a phone call, something like that. So there was no fax machine, nothing was there. So we made a letter to the this Australian embassy, and in my own way we did it. We made a letter to them, we want to meet him. So, and there was some problem in Australia, this one Australia. So we made a letter, and he came in the evening time. Next day we made a nice letter, then bouquet, my big garland, huge garland for the councillor, and then a lot of prasadam. And then we said, I told, they give you a visiting card, we want to meet. He is the head, we are from international headquarters, Mayapur, somehow. And we want to meet, that much only. So when we met, I said, Guru Maharaj, you don't speak, I'll speak. So I told, it's very important, that's very big prayer, and we have too many centers, it's urgent, he has to go there. Then he was nice. Okay, ISKCON. Oh, I know. Okay. He just gave. Usually it takes 3, 4, 5 days. You have to deposit, and then somebody calls, then maybe. Like that, many embassies. Many stories are there. I cannot tell it. So we had. But every year, Guru Maharaj used to spend with me minimum around 2-3 weeks for various reasons, going to Vrindavan or coming, or just. And because in Delhi, the green channel was very soft. The police were very nice.
So many things he used to bring for Mayapur. So he used to come to Delhi and then go to Calcutta. He said Bombay is little nice, Delhi is very nice, and Chennai is very big problem. So he was avoiding Chennai. And most of the embassy was in Delhi, so he had no choice but somehow Guru Maharaj was coming. And not only that, even Tamakrisha Maharaj used to come, Harikesh Maharaj, all these gurus. Tamakrisha Maharaj used to come off and on, Harikesh Maharaj. So I had opportunity to serve all those stalwarts of ISKCON and serve them, arrange their tickets, car, and changing their money, all those things, apart from taking care of the temple and other things. It was hectic, but it was a good opportunity. Many good stories are there, but time is short. But Guru Maharaj, from beginning, is very hard working. What he has done is because of his own hard work. For him, time is not the consideration. I remember one time I went with Tamakrisha Maharaj to Mayapur, and in the morning Guru Maharaj was there in Mayapur. Then he went to Calcutta, he attended some program. Then he went to Chennai, he attended the Chennai program. Then again he came back to Calcutta. Again he back. By the night he was back in Mayapur because some ministry was coming. So Tamakrisha Maharaj told me that your Guru Maharaj, he travels so much, I cannot do so much. It's too hard work, There's so much, he is working so hard. So whatever he did, and believe me, when there was 11 Guru, he was the last person to become GBC. And those days, all were very smart and very competitive. And he had only disciple from West Bengal, few. And my own cousin brother was initiated by Bhavan, but he told me to take Diksha. Of course, those days not many Indian devotees. So my cousin brother, one cousin brother was initiated by Guru Maharaj. So he made me in Bombay. In fact, he said, he told me correctly, as I remember. He called me, I was doing some other service. He said, your brother is my disciple, so you are also my disciple. So I'm arranging all this devotee to go to Guwahati, Assam, so you go with them. So, okay, go. So many beautiful stories are there. So many nice transcendental stories are there. So, but then time is short. Maybe I'll just tell one. Is it okay? Yes. You invite me. See, it was in 88, I believe. I'm not able to recall. We were having very big Janmashtami in Punjabi Bagh Club. Anybody from Delhi, We used to have a huge pandal and call all these big artists, singer, and we used to have a huge program, and around a lakh, 1.5 lakh people used to come there. Anant Udata, he was singing those days, very famous. But we were arranging free of charge. No charges, anybody comes, they can come and listen bhajan. So, at that time, Radhacharan, he is a disciple, our godbrother, he sent me Guru Maharaj's passport from Trivandrum. That Guru Maharaj wants that his visa should be renewed. So, he sent the passport, but believe me, we were very busy for Janmashtami, 3 days, a huge festival, where 1.5, 2 lakh people used to come. Now we were busy, hardly few devotees, 4, 5 devotees with me. And I used to take help from different temples, huge program. And then after 1 week, Guru Maharaj came. I went to the airport. He said, where is my passport? I said, I don't know. No, Radhacharan, I said, I don't know. Radhacharan called me, but I was very busy for Janmashtami. He said, you're supposed to tell me that you are busy. Have you searched? I said, I have searched everywhere. We have a 3 house. We have searched everywhere. There is no passport. Have you? No, we don't know. I said, I don't know. We searched. Believe me, I searched. So, Guru Maharaj, he was telling so many things. He said, if you are busy, you are supposed to tell why you have not told Radhacharan that you pass, this is my passport. Now if I have to make, I need another 2-3 months, I will be held up. So then he said, where is that speed post office? I said, here right next to the airport. We went there, we told, no, Swami, we have delivered. So I was in Saffron. I was in Saffron for a long time. Then we came and Guru Maharaj went to the temple to pay wishes. I was worried. And I went with Guru Maharaj. Then where he's supposed to stay, that room, I gave the luggage and all. And I was trying to make some arrangement for his prasadam. And he came out from the room. He said, "Here is the passport. Now, I always tell these stories. Many of my senior godbrothers, some of them meet, he'll tell their story. So I said, he brought the passport from that room only. Even in that room, I used to stay. I have not got. How Guru Maharaj got it, I was till date, I don't know. I'm telling you. Till date, I don't know. He brought the passport. I said, where it was? He said, it was here. I said, here I sleep. How I can miss that? He said, next to the bed there is a rack. The rack is empty and few books are there. How the passport is not a one. There was at least 8-10 passport altogether. It's a huge booklet. How we missed that? And believe me, 3-4 days we were searching. We didn't got it. And he said, it was here. I said, how is it possible? He said, no, it was here. Till date, I don't know how it appeared, why it was not there, who brought it, what actually happened. The passport was there. And believe me, that all the way, I had one Maruti van, high-roof van those days. So I was driving him all the way, telling so many things, but as a disciple, I thought I could it. By the time, he got it, finished. So many times, many things happen. So, anyhow, so many things to tell. Yeah, it's already late, right? Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ijanine Jatadeva Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai. Samavita Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
So now we're going to have a Guru Puja. I'm going to share with you one more story about magic of Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj and Sitaram Lakshman.
Biggest magic is that his 2 kidney liver is transplant. He had some cancer. That's still he's living. He's traveling all over the world. That's the biggest magic.